Hi, I'm Rosie, and I'm going to tell you the story about the weaving contest. Once, long ago, there was a prideful young lady named Arachne. She was an unbelievably gifted weaver and spinner. In fact, her work was so great, all the wood nymphs came from their homes in the forest, and all the water nymphs from their rivers and streams, just to admire Arachne's work. One day, a wood nymph came upon her work and said, "Ah, the goddess Minerva must have given you your gift." Arachne looked upon her work, threw back her head and laughed. "You foolish girl, Minerva has given me nothing. This gift is all mine, all of it." "You really shouldn't talk about Minerva that way. She has powers and skills you cannot compare to. Now hush before she hears you," said the wood nymph. Arachne continued to insist that her work was twice as good as Minerva's. "In fact, why couldn't she just come here and challenge me? Or I'll just make it easier and challenge her to a contest. We'll see who can be called the goddess of the loom," said Arachne. All the wood nymphs, everybody, was shocked to hear such disrespect cast upon such a powerful goddess. And with good reason, too, for word got around to Minerva about Arachne's boasting, and she was not happy. She was furious. So she hobbled off to Arachne's cottage, disguised as an old woman. She knocked on the door, and when Arachne opened it, she said, "Minerva is not happy. If I were you, I'd beg her pardon for my prideful arrogance." Arachne sent her away with sneers, and she said, "I don't understand why Minerva just doesn't come here. It'll be much easier, and I'm sick and tired of all this nonsense." "Well, I won't keep you waiting any longer," said the old woman slash Minerva, and she transformed into her former state. All the blood drained from Arachne's face, and she stuttered, but remained defiant as she said, You may come in, Minerva." Minerva stepped smartly over the threshold and glared at two servants setting up two looms. Everyone came to watch, but they stayed out of sight in fear of the great goddess. They each sat at a loom and began to weave. Their fingers were a blur as they weaved through threads of crimson, gold, yellow, blues, purples, and all sorts of vibrant colors. Minerva's tapestry was of the 12 great gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus. But Arachne's tapestry was similar, showing not only the gods and goddesses, but of their many great adventures as well. Then she embroidered her magnificent work with ivy and flowers. When the final results were laid out, it was clear that Arachne's had won. Everyone stared in awe at her magnificent tapestry. Even the goddess Envy, who inspected it, haughtily said, "There is no flaw." When Minerva heard Envy's words, she screamed with rage and lost it. She ripped Arachne's tapestry to shreds, and Arachne shrank back as Minerva rounded on her. Minerva began to beat Arachne mercilessly, until Arachne crawled away to hang herself. At last, moved to just the tiniest bit of pity, Minerva called on her and said, "Girl, I can tell you are gifted in weaving. Instead of death, you will hang forever, but not from the gallows." Then she sprinkled Arachne with hellebane, and she dropped to the floor and shrank to a small blob. Everyone watched in horror. She grew 8 spiny legs and 8 big black eyes, and scuttled away in a corner. Arachne was now the first spider on Earth, and she began to weave the first amazing web. You can still see these webs sparkling with dew, or sitting in dusty corners of your house. And that's the story about the first spider on Earth.